Good morning, everyone, rather. Good afternoon for those in the East Coast. I want to briefly mention a couple of points and then point out what is at stake for the US. If the Uttar Pradesh, the state of Uttar Pradesh, if it were a country, it would be the 10th largest. I think it used to be the 4th largest. Now, because they divided into some smaller states have been divided. Um, Either way, it's a large area with a large population. So what happens there? It's like comparatively speaking, I mean, for those who are not familiar with it, it is like California in the US. It has the largest contingents, members of parliament come from that particular state. So it matters. What happens there matters. In the middle of the pandemic, the Modi government put in some restrictions on charity organizations in how they can receive funds from overseas donors. One of the things, and people usually call it the FCRA, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act of India, that put a lot of restrictions on Christian charity hospitals that are operating in the US. I mean, generally it applies to all of the country, all over India, but it is particularly became very significant restrictions on Christian institutions in UP because the Christian hospitals in Jhansi, Kanpur, and other places cater to this largest segment of population that we're talking about, and the COVID hit them hard, and we have seen this unfortunate, very disturbing visuals coming from UP where bodies were floating on the rivers and stuff. Now, the Christian charity organizations could not operate because they could not have not only the funds, but also equipment and oxygen tanks and other things they could not import from other countries. So eventually that was eased out, and we were able to intervene and request the government to at least put some of these newly put in regulations to postpone those regulations for a year, but they kind of gave I think 1 month and a half relief for many organizations, which helped a lot. Okay, now Christian organizations in UP under the Yogi Adityanath administration are choking, literally. They're finding it difficult to operate across the state, more so in the last year or two, where Christian doctors are not allowed to mention about even their faith, share their faith with the patients. Now, that whole thing it's a different subject. We can talk about it, later. But here are the other situations where Christian pastors and village churches are being burnt and families are affected, beaten, and there are lawyers, and we are able to our partners on the ground are able to get some legal help for them. But the lawyers are now afraid because the lawyers are being threatened. And many of these lawyers are Hindu lawyers. They are not even Christian lawyers. But they are afraid because they are not able to freely go and defend these victims because they are being targeted. They are harassed, and some of them are in hiding. Some of the lawyers, and I got a report a couple of days ago saying that one of the lawyers is actually hiding from these mobs, which is very bad. Now, all these things are happening, and there are a lot of other things are happening in different countries. But here is the question: why should US care about it? What is the US interest in all this thing? America has not acted on any of these issues unless it is America's interest. It is in America's interest. Now, my argument is that if we do not intervene in the largest democracy that we call India, at this stage, it will be too late. That a breakup of Afghanistan or Pakistan or the hostilities from China is a headache. wait until this happens with India. So it is in the U.S. national security interest of the long term that the U.S. should pay attention to it and do what is necessary to be done, instead of being happy, feeling happy about the government doing whatever that we want, the U.S. wants, like a refueling agreement or intelligence sharing. All these things are nothing compared to what's in store for the U.S. So we better wise up and do necessary things now to keep India on track and not side with a kind of a political development in India that is not good for anybody, not anyone in the Asian region, and not for us in the US. Thank you.